Hello guys, in this video we are going to learn process commands. PowerShell process command, we have to see all the process which is available in your machines. For that you have to open the task manager. Now you can see my task manager. In that you will find all the process. Here having some app that you can see: Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, task manager and Windows PowerShell. These are the app. In each app having a multiple process. Now you can see 18 process which belong to Google Chrome, and here having a Microsoft Edge in which having a 8 process, and task manager having only one process. And if you look at this Windows PowerShell, inside that having a 2 process. If you expand here you can see all the process which is currently running, and if you see Windows PowerShell you can find both process, and like that you can see in these are the process. And if you want to see more detail about all the process, so you have to click on it, details. Now you can see all the detail, which kind of an operation we can perform on a process. We can create this process, we can stop the process, and we can fetch this information on a console, and we can attach some debugger to detect some error or debug to fix that. These are the some operation that we have to be performed on this process using a PowerShell command. We have to see how many commands is available for process to perform this operation. Let me open the Windows PowerShell. So this is my command. All the command which is related to process, when I hit enter you can find all the process. Now you can see these are the processes currently available to perform that operation. So get process is used to fetch all the process which you see in a task manager. So through it you can fetch that information on a Windows console. Debug process is used to attach a debugger to running process to detect an error or bugs to fix them. And a start process is kind of an creating a new process. In that case we have to use an start process, and stop process to kill or to remove process we have to use a stop process. And last one is having a wait process. It will wait to another process to killing. If the process has been killed it will exit. It's kind of an sleep mode. Wait for that stopping process. And let me show you manually. Here you can see they're having a no another. Let me open this file that is an empty. If you open it, now you can see here notepad has came, and you can delete this using end task. And if you open it, now you can see again this process. So what we have to do, we have to perform this operation, and I'm going to be, and let's perform that. Three things you have to be understand. First of all, I'm going to get hyphen process and hit enter. Now you can see all the process which is currently running. Process name, session ID, process ID, CPU, working set, pageable memory, non-pageable memory, and number of handles about this process, right? If you want to see any particular process via name, you can see that also. So how we can achieve get hyphen process? Then you can use a name. You have to type your process name. I'm going to type here PowerShell, right? And hit enter. Now you can see that particular process. If I type here Chrome, right? Chrome, hit enter. Now you can see having a multiple process. If I open task manager, you can see here if I want to get this one particular, this one, you know that they're having a same name. If I type this name, it will show all the process which having a name this, but I need this particular process. How I can get this process? So you have an unique ID, so you can expand it. Now you can see here process ID, it's an unique. So for that you have to use an get hyphen process, then you have to use an ID. I'm going to use this 7428. Hit enter. Now you can see that particular process I'm able to see. Get hyphen help, get hyphen process, hit enter. Now you can see here syntax, first syntax. Now you can see second syntax, third syntax, fourth syntax, and fifth syntax, and sixth syntax. You have to understand all these syntax like a one syntax, but what is the difference in each syntax? They're having a input section, right? So in input section having a multiple input parameter, you just combine all input parameter into a one section, that is a input section. Will run this one by one. We'll try to cover most of the all commands. So first we have to understand always three things in a parameter. First one one is an positional parameter or not. Second, you have to see which kind of an input you can pass to that parameter. And third, you have to see which one is a mandatory. Always find these three things in each command. So now you can see name, which kind of an data you can pass to this string array, right? And computer name is also taken string array. Module, it will not take any input from the user. File version info, it will also not take any input from the user. Some of the common parameter will see this later, and here you can see name same, include username, it is also not taking any input from the user. And apart from these, any others parameter that you have to understand here, that is an input object. Here it also take as a process as an object in the form of array, and these are the parameter that we have understood. First question, which kind of an input it will take, and second we have to see it is which one is mandatory and which one is not mandatory, and positional parameter. So you will not find that here like this. For that you have to use a show window. When you scroll down, you can see which kind of an input it will take, right? File version is will take a null, means no input it will take. ID will also take as a array, integer array you can pass. Include is also null, and here we have to check input is a mandatory field. When you use this one syntax, in that case you have to use this input object, it's a mandatory. And let's check name is not mandatory, and ID is also not mandatory. If you are using this one, in that case this one or this and this, right, you don't have a mandatory field in this parameter. If you check this one, all these are not mandatory. Therefore you can use only base command get hyphen process. If you want to learn, you have understood this name, right, but you have not understood. Let's try to see as a string array. So here you can pass get hyphen process, then name, right? We are trying to understand the string array, right? So here you have to pass the name, chrome, then comma, your then second name, right? So this is an array. Here I'm passing more than one process name because it will take a string array. Therefore we are able to pass two process name. Now you can see you can pass three process, four process, more than one process. Therefore it is a string array. And what is the meaning of positional? So positional meaning, you can, let's see what is the meaning of a positional parameter. So as you have seen, name is a positional parameter, that is a 0. Therefore we can pass like this chrome. You don't have to pass the name of that parameter here. Only if you don't pass this parameter, it will automatic assign to this parameter there, because it is a positional parameter. Now you can see, so without name specify that parameter, you can access whichever having a 0 position parameter. This is the meaning of that. Let's try to see another parameter that we can understand. For example, having a lot of parameter, instead of going there in a syntax, you have a shortcut key through that you can list it out all the parameter which is available for it. Control plus space button. Now you can see these are the parameter that you can use it, right? Include username, file version, error action, error variable. Include, if you use include username, what it will do, it will show you the users who is an owner of this process. Right, now you can see this one is an owner who can manage this process, right? You can see here as well some others in detail. If you go here, now you can see this one process, now who is an owner of this process system. They're having a multiple users, so you can see who is an owner of that using a include username. You can see that information, and you have another parameter that you can see like what is the file location of your these are the app, what is the location of this app where it is available exe file. That kind of an information you can also see using a command. How we can use, which input you have to pass here, having a multiple input that you can understand here. Here you can see file version info and module, through that you can get this information. Type here file version info and hit enter. Now you can see location of that file and as well as the version of that app, right? So Chrome version. Now you can see this one is version that Chrome is using. And if you want to see module, you can see module as well. Chrome process how many module is using, and let's see module and hit enter, because it will not take any input. Therefore, you just have to use that parameter because it is an empty null input it will take. So these are the process that you can see here. Now you can see these are the, let's try to understand how to create a process, right? For creating process, we have a command that is a start hyphen process, right? Let's see start hyphen process. Start hyphen process is used to create a new process or starting a new process. For example, I'm going to use a start hyphen process, and then you have to use a file path parameter, and you have to use it. Just copy the path of this file and paste here inside this bracket, and you can enter it. Now your file has been open, means your process has been ran. Now you can see in a task manager, this one is running. Through a start process, you can run it, right? If you want to run it again, what you have to do, if you want to stop this process, how you can stop it? You have a command so that you can stop it, right? Stop, or you can stop process is used to kill or remove the process, right? And you have to use name input parameter that you can specify, right? And hit enter. There is a naming mistake, therefore you are not able to stop it. Let's run it. Now you can see your process has been stopped or killed. Now you are not able to see that process, right? And if you want to, let me show you one more parameter and what is the advantage of that parameter if you use that. Let me start again same process using a pass throw parameter. It is an empty input. You just have to use a pass throw. You don't have to be pass any input, and hit enter. Now you can see it has been ran again, but this time you are able to see output as well on a console. When you run here, you are not able to see this out, right? This is the use. If you want to be redirected some output of any particular command, in that case you can use a pass throw parameter. Same thing you can use with stop. I'm going to use a pass through with stop process. This will also return an output. Now you can see that process has been killed, and you can see as well output which one has been killed, right? This is the use of this pass through parameter. And we have another parameter. You can look into that, right? And for that here having a what if. Let's run this process again, and I will minimize it. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to stop it this process, but this time I'm going to use an what if parameter that come under the common parameter, right? So what is the meaning of it? It will not be stopped. It will show you what will happen if you run this command. Right now you can see, so it is giving you what if this performing the operation stop process on a target notepad. So it will not be stopped. It will show you only what will be happen if you run this command. Exact, right? So this is the meaning of. Let me show you one more. Let's try to understand wait hyphen process command. Wait hyphen process, then you have to type here name of that process. I'm going to use a notepad, then hit enter. Now you can see it is continuously running. It is waiting for stop this process that is a notepad. If we stop it, it will exit from here. Now let me stop it from using a manual. Now you can see that has been exit. So this is the meaning. It's kind of a waiting or sleeping to stop that particular process. So this is all about the process command, right? If you want to attach debugger to any particular process, so you can attach that as well. So I'm not going to tell you about that. You have to learn yourself how you can attach it. So that's it. Thank you everyone.